Hit the ground running like a halfback.
On the rights to this
Your knapsack. How I drop 2 kids and then I snap back. Pin dad, try to sleep on me. That's a twin bed. Skinhead. That's what Slim said. The Ray J.
We're live, you know.
You see, I'm doing my thing. I can't stop it right now. It's
no, you can't stop it.
You'll ride the wave we created. That's how I made it to Beyonce's playlist. Cases. But now we got a crib with ocean spaces.
All right. He is going to
be on a first name basis with Beyonce.
That's his part.
I'm about to be on a first name basis with Beyonce.
This is Shout It Out Friday. We do not own the rights to
first name basis with Beyonce. Good morning, my name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Like. Come on. Hey. Stop. We do not own the rights to this music, and it is Friday. Let's shout it out. Good up. Big ups to you. Good morning, Queen. Good morning, Queen. Good morning, Queen.
I wasn't going to play that this morning, but Lisa told me to.
No, I didn't. Grand Risings, all of those good things. Yeah, he's on a first name basis with me.
I just like how they do it. The way they perform it with so much energy.
Yeah.
Yes, all that energy just do it for me.
I'm glad that you enjoyed yourself. Hey, Dr. Deborah, we're almost ready to have you and the doc over.
I've seen that name around a few times.
We're almost ready to have you and Dr. Dunstan over.
For dinner. Or lunch. Or whatever. Yeah, we still gotta unbox some stuff. They don't do cigars.
No, but they still might want to sit outside.
They can sit outside. We still got to put man, it's been so windy in Charlotte, North Carolina the last couple of days. Wind between 13 and 18 miles, gusts up to 30 miles an hour. Knocked over some chairs in my backyard. I put down a rug on my patio. The wind decided, you know what? That rug don't need to be down here right now. So the wind picked it up and tossed it aside.
Hey, shout it out Friday! So we want to hear about you and your business.
So grateful to my guests, my special guests in my clubhouse room. On Monday night, man, it's going to be selling your services in this virtual world. Man, I hope you do have the flyer. If you do, it'd be great. But I got an amazing collection of people that are willing to share and give. And on Monday nights, we do selling your services in this virtual world. But on Wednesday nights, I've decided to do mindset and motivation because there's a place for that. And it took me 2 hours maybe to get 4. That's for Monday night. Go ahead and showcase that. Look who I got as a lineup. Shout it out to Terry Lee Harrison, Taria Hodge, Kelly Lynn Adams, and Brother Barrett Matthews. These are all people that I know and respect, and they're going to share freely in our clubhouse. But on Wednesday night of next week, shout it out. It took me 2 hours to get 4 amazing men plus me. 4 Black men going to share on mindset and motivation. And not only these men are amazing and accomplished, they're handsome men. You know, got a good group. I can't wait to showcase to you guys the flyer of these amazing men. These are people that you know: Sir Charles Carey, Robert Antoinette,
Robert
Antonin. Barrett Matthews is gonna be up in this Nikki. What?
I love it. I'm excited for it. You guys, if you have an iPhone and you are not yet on Clubhouse, if you have an iPhone or iPad and you're not yet on Clubhouse and want to get on Clubhouse, I have some invitations. I think Brian probably has some invitations.
I don't know how to give them out.
Yeah, you give them out by when someone asks for them, you tag their phone number in it and you invite them. And then when they accept, you gain full credit for being the one that brought them into the Clubhouse.
Credit? Will that buy me coffee?
No. Just like, no.
Great news, guys. I just left the other team's locker room and they're giving you guys a lot of credit.
Yeah. Shout it out, shout it out. Dr. Deborah says, we will definitely want to sit outside. I am on the road to full healing.
Amen.
Maybe we'll throw something on the grill, have some wine coolers, right? Wine coolers.
I know that going wine cooler for this.
We have to, because Dr. Dunstan, he's not going to want us to have real drinks. No, I'm just kidding. But
do they even make wine coolers anymore?
Yes, they do. They call them hard stuff now, like hard lemonade and hard whatever. So they don't have Zima anymore.
I heard they would mention wine cooler in a long time. That probably is a really, really old phrase, baby.
I know. I'm really, really old. I want to shout it out. Some of you guys know that I have been taking a foray into my creative side. I've been looking for ways to fly. And so I sketched out what's going to be my next masterpiece, and I started working on it. It's actually going to be the next masterpiece. So she is in progress. Her turban is going to be filled with words of empowerment. And I'm excited about that.
I'm waiting for, hopefully Dr. Beverly shows up too. But while I got a question for you guys. It's a question in my household. And this could make or break my whole marriage. This question here. This can make or break my whole marriage.
Yeah, Zima, Miss Vivian. I remember Zima. And I
question.
I don't know what your question is.
This question is critical. See, this home has 2.5 bathrooms. Now, my wife so far has painted 2 pictures, and she's continuing painting. I have this brilliant idea that I want our downstairs half bathroom to be where we display Lisa's art. It'll be like the art gallery room. Like, I'm not finished. Okay. And I even imagine putting 10 or 15 of her works of art in that small half bathroom so that when a guest comes in, they have to experience the small bathroom's art. It's like a small bathroom art gallery. That's my idea. And Lisa doesn't seem to be on board with the idea of putting all of her art in that small bathroom. I'm going to call it an art gallery.
Well, instead of the chambre de lycée, it will be the chambre de Lisa.
Yeah, I like that. Too small, Brian. I think it is small. And it'll make the room smaller with putting her art there. It'll feel smaller. But I just think it's a good idea. I think I would just, because I keep her art in the other house. I kept her art in my bathroom because it inspires me that my pretty wife put together this art and I had it in my bathroom. I can see it from wherever I'm staying in that bathroom. The bathroom wasn't big. Okay. However, she painted something else. And now she's working on another piece. I don't care if there's 20 of them in that same room. We'll fit them in there some kind of way. I think that's a good idea. She said, it's great how I support your work. Yes, but do you think it's a good idea to put in the bathroom, the downstairs bathroom? Vivian Reed says the entryway. We have where to put it. We even had a professionally done portrait of us painted, and we haven't decided on a place to hang it yet. Entryway. We do have entryway. There's no art on right now.
It's not very brightly lit.
It's not brightly lit. That's the thing. Yep. We're still challenged. This might be too personal here, about where to put up our spirit rectangle.
Yeah. Well, see, so the challenge with the spirit square, the spirit rectangle that we got from Melissa Price, and it's beautiful. Not only is it beautiful, it's sort of an heirloom for us. Is that to me, when it's up against the wall, it's very dark. And if it's not at my eye level, I can't enjoy the intricacies of all the pieces.
Because it is intricate.
Right. And of course, you guys know my eye level is 4'8", just about. So
we could find a place where light hits on a wall.
But it has to be low enough that even if I don't mind looking up like this to it, but to put it in a place where normal height people would have it, I wouldn't get to enjoy it.
I get that. So we're going to make that happen. Okay, so how was your week? Is there anything that you want to shout out? Tell us what was good this week. Anything you have upcoming that you're excited about? Anything that you did or about to do that you're excited about? Please, please, please don't be bashful. Share that thing. I had another shout out to on was it Tuesday night I did the thing with Aspire, or Wednesday night? One night this week, I got a chance to bless some young entrepreneurs and teach them some things. That was really great for me. So that was good. Some more shout outs. Come on, give me your shout outs too. We've learned, and here's something that you guys can learn too. You can either try to get on somebody's program, or you can create your own program and let them get on yours. We learned that years ago, and that's how we build our business.
So another area to shout out, I can shout out that this week I've had a couple of new authors actually get their books in hand.
In their hands this week?
Yeah, shout out to Rebecca Jeffries. You Were Made for This. She's the author of You Were Made for This, which is I forgot the subtitle. Good gracious. What is the subtitle? Yes, but it's important because there it is. Here it is. So the subtitle is Finding Courage and Intuition for Raising a Child with Autism.
Finding Courage and Intuition for Raising a Child with Autism.
Yes, and her book is beautiful, and it is not just beautiful, it's insightful and enlightening without being too clinical and stale.
Good morning, Vivian Reed again, and Queen. Good morning. How you doing, guys? Lisa, what the heck?
And so on top of that, also another children's book, shout out for Empowerment Publishing and Multimedia. This children's book is Please Do Not Treat Me Differently. Let me put the links to all of these books up on the screen so you guys can see them. So the first book,
this is Lisa's business, y'all. Shout it out.
First book, You Were Made for This, can be found at Sprouting. Hold on. HealthyFamilies.com. You can order it there. SproutingHealthyFamilies.com. The second book that is in pre-order is Please Do Not Treat Me Differently. And that is by Carmelo Baker. And it is about a big brother's love for his little sister who has special needs. And it is a children's book that has an amazing, it's just got so much heart. He loves his little sister so much. He wants people to treat her with love and care. And it's just a lovely, lovely story.
Can y'all tell that Lisa loves her projects as well as her work?
I love my authors
and her
as
authors.
well.
Yes.
Upcoming in the Empowerment Circle, we've got a couple of upcoming events and activities. So next week is a big one. Monday night, obviously, is the Experts in the Circle. Experts in the Clubhouse. That's Monday night at 7 p.m. in Clubhouse. On Tuesday, for the men, it's Male Empowerment Network. For the men, on Wednesday, it's Experts. It's Mindset in the Clubhouse. Mindset and Motivation in the Clubhouse. Again, Wednesday at 7 p.m. And then on Friday, it is Women Empowerment Networks. It is Ladies Night.
First
So
Friday.
first Friday, Ladies Night. Felicia, that's the way you shout it out. She is a co-author, one of the co-authors of Wake Up Winning, No Matter What. And you can go to felicia.wakeupwinningvolume2.com. Wake Up Winning, No Matter What. I have her book right over there. Just put it over there. And let's see, there's a couple of other, Black Boys to Men by Rajon Jones.
Yeah, I remember him.
Black Boys to Men by Rajon Jones. His book will be going into pre-sale next week. We're excited about that. Black Boys to Men is it is a book that every mom wants to give to her teenage son. It is a candid story about life from a man's perspective, and it's H it's Rajahon. Yeah, Rajon. Yeah, it's French. And so many more. So right now, Empowerment Publishing cranking. We have actually partnered with an illustrator that is now on about his 5th project with the Empowerment Publishing and Multimedia. And he and I are actually in talks right now with 2 new authors for 2 additional projects.
Good work. You get more work.
Yeah, so I'm excited that Anthony Skinner and I have entered into he's done about 5. And he's got a couple of more. Yeah, that's how you spell Rajon. He's got a couple more that are he's going to be feeling out. He's got such a broad range of art that I can use him in lots of different places. So I'm excited about that.
Really,
absolutely.
We've worked with him since he was 16.
Yeah,
or younger.
Yeah. So we got some of the kinks out. There were some issues that we had that I thought we had some issues that were miscommunications, and I'm so grateful that his gift made room for him. Because sometimes when you work with someone and then anything happens that's just a little bit out of the way, then you decide, you know what, I'm not even going to deal with it. But because we communicated our way through it, we realized that it was just the enemy working against us. He is very, very timely, very, very talented. He's probably 21 now. 21. Maybe, yeah.
And he's been illustrating books since he was 16.
Yeah, and doing more. He's done some wall murals at restaurants. We're shouting it out on Friday. Shout it out Friday. So,
Anthony Skinner the second.
That
gets him on here one day.
He is amazing. I'm happy to bring him on, actually. Shout it out to Miss Vivian. Miss Vivian has submitted, I think, 16 or 17 stories.
We're supposed to have a guest today.
Oh, you can get her. I'll bring her on. So we have had Miss Vivian I don't know what's happened, but that fire is burning up under her. She's getting it done. You guys need to shout some encouragement her way, because you know what? Encouragement makes things happen. When people are encouraged, they make things happen. Dr. Deborah, I just had this put into the newsletter, so it will be going out with all the week of empowerment. So the question is, if you've ever thought about starting a nonprofit but still have questions, join us for I've Got My 501c3 Now What workshop series and turn your vision into a sustainable mission. You can go to drdeborahforhealing.com. And Dr. Deborah, I actually sent that to Badar this morning to make sure that it goes out with this weekend's newsletter for the upcoming events next week as well. So thank you for putting that out there. We've got resources in the circles. We've got relationship in the circles. We have got it in the circle. And we want to see and help and show you how to make it happen. Again, gentlemen, if you want to join us on Tuesday at 7 p.m. for Male Empowerment Networks, men and teenage men ages 12 and up, you just go to maleempowermentnetworks.com on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Or you can click the information in the description box and get added to the the mailing list so that we'll make sure that you get that information.
Someone over there.
I'm not drunk.
She's not drunk. She's just.
I just had a hiccup. Can I help you?
Yes, I need the comments up. Okay, Dr.
I just read it.
Okay, cool.
You've been gone. I got this. So today is Shout It Out Friday. So make sure that you shout it out.
While you're shouting it out today, I want your vote. I have the idea of turning the downstairs half bathroom into Lisa's art gallery. That's my thought. Even if it's 20 different portraits that she painted in there, making the room feel small, I think it'll make the room special. So what say you? I've had 2 people vote that they don't think it's a good idea, but I do still think it's a good idea. So what say you, Dr. Deborah? You think it'd be a good idea to turn that downstairs bathroom into an art gallery? I think it would be, and I'm going to decide this ultimately. So, but I still want some opinions. Why you won't leave it on comment?
You're welcome, Felicia. You're welcome, welcome, welcome. We really, yes. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Deborah. She says, "I'm so proud of you, Miss Vivian. You know that I am rooting for you."
Yes, we are.
Yay! Absolutely, Felicia. Thank you. She says, "Go, Vivian Reed. You are doing it." She is doing it. She is doing it, and that
you get a lot done when you have that kind of encouragement. Mm-hmm. You can get a lot done when you're kind of motivated too. So, Miss Vivian, right now, this is kind of time for you to keep going for real, because you got angels working for you. To quote Richard Pryor, quoting Old Man in His Neighborhood, "Don't lighten up, tighten up." Okay. No, Brian. No one goes to the half bathroom.
Everyone goes into the half bathroom.
And we use it too.
Everyone goes to the half bathroom because we don't let anybody upstairs. Well, we don't have a need to let anybody upstairs. So if they gotta go, that's where they're gonna go. And because upstairs is 15 steps away, when you downstairs, the last thing you want is some upstairs bathroom.
Unless you gotta sit down in my house, because if you have to sit down in my house,
oh my God,
we wash the booty. Yeah. We use the daggone bidet. So in the upstairs bathroom, both of them have a bidet in it.
You could buy him for $1. Where's Dr. Beverly? You can buy him for $1. As a matter of fact, I have $1 somewhere.
We do. On one of these boards. We've had that dollar there for 5 years.
5 years. Yep.
We have this dry erase board that you hang in the office. And on the corner of it, we have clipped a $1 bill. The $1 bill is kind of wrinkly now, but every place we move, we've kept the same $1 bill there. I don't really have any real significance.
It does have significance.
Just keep it there. What's the significance?
It was one of the earliest dollars that we made together at a business club. You didn't know that?
I didn't know what the significance of the $1 was.
Yes.
It's just there. I don't have any reason to ever move it. So we just keep $1 where we can see it on a board.
I attract money and it comes to me freely.
Say it one more again.
I attract money and it comes to me freely.
You know, those mantras, I really do. There's some other ones. Money comes to me easily instead of freely. I think is another version. I've heard of that. If you watch the movie The Secret, or read the book The Secret, it's talking about, how you expect things and they come. Like you expect to find a parking space at the mall, and lo and behold, you always do. You always find a good parking space. And you bemoan, damn it, all I get in the mail are bills. All I get in the mail are bills. And you start talking about, I'm looking forward to checks in the mail. Next thing you know, you get checks in the mail. All those things are in that movie, The Secret. Did you see the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
That's the movie you did see.
It didn't have, never mind.
Yeah, never mind, Lisa.
It didn't have Pootie in it.
Pootie Tay! See, Lisa, I'm a Pone Tony.
I knew the Pone Tony was going to show up. I knew the Pone Tony was going to show up.
Side-eye Tay. Girl, what you know about side-eye Tay?
Side-eye Tay.
Keep on, Lisa. Who's gonna have the flitty top?
Not with you, Bill.
I'm gonna have the flitty top.
Where is Bill with the flitty top? I cannot.
You know what, baby?
No.
I'm gonna sign your pity on the runny card. know what that means, right?
No.
What you said?
Ah,
I'm gonna sign your pity on the running kind.
that's nasty.
Why nasty?
I don't know.
You even got a song with it.
I don't want to hear the song. It's shouted out Friday. Somebody shout something out so that I can stop hearing about
Baby.
Pootie.
Sign your pity on the running kind.
That's so disgusting.
Why is it disgusting? Those are not even real words.
And they all sound gross. They make me throw up in the back of my mouth.
Tippy tie, my Damie, on a Capitan.
He's been wide open this morning. Amen. That's right, Felisa. Amen. I'm in agreement, Lisa. And I also attract money, and it comes freely.
Yes. We love these mantras. 2 men in a boat, but they're both in a rowboat fishing. A storm cloud descends upon them, and wind comes with the storm cloud, and it starts to rain. And they're out in the middle of the water, and it's dangerous out in the middle of the water. The rainstorm could be lightning, could be anything. One guy says, "Oh my gosh, should we pray or should we row?" The other guy says, "Let's do both." And they start rowing and praying. Okay. Mantras are amazing and we need to use them. But row too. Do the work too. When the storms of life are raging. Oh, I haven't had a chance to tell my hope story. Okay, can I tell a story? Story time. Gather around, boys and girls. Now, this is an experiment done in the 50s, and it wasn't really a nice experiment. It was kind of a mean experiment, which is why people didn't like it as much. But the point of it worked real good. Don't do that, baby. Come on.
Whatever I want. You telling the story. You tell your story, please.
Okay.
Tell your story.
Well, this wasn't really a pretty experiment that was done. Okay. But what they did was, this experiment they did with rats. Okay. They put rats like in a tube of water, a big tube of water, like a bucket of water. Mm-hmm. And to see how long the rats would tread water before they died. Okay. Mm-hmm. And most of the time, the rats were able to tread water for about 15 minutes before they drowned. Okay. Mm-hmm. They put these rats in about 15 minutes, tread water. They couldn't get out. They would tread water in about 15 minutes, then they would give up. And then they discovered something. Like if they put that rat in there at about 13, 14 minutes before the rat would die, if they took the rat out and dried it off and gave them something to eat and let it rest a little bit and then put it back in the tube again to see how long it would tread water. Guess how much longer they were able to tread water?
How much longer?
Take a guess.
I know this story.
Okay, cool. Well, some people would guess, another 15 minutes. Actually, the rats were able to go another 60 hours. 60 hours. And the second time. And they concluded that the reason why they were able to go for so long is because the rats had hope that at some point someone would rescue them, dry them off, and give them something to eat and let them rest. So when they had hope that would happen, they could go for 60 hours. When they weren't sure either way what was going to go on, they didn't know this experiment, they died about 15 minutes.
I think that's why it's so important to teach hope. Yeah, that's, the hope that we learn in the stories of the Bible, the joy, trouble don't last all night. I mean, the joy comes in the morning, right? Yes. So those stories help us to hold on, that tie another knot and hold on in the middle of those situations that, we would give up on out of hopelessness, right? Like even like the race, the 40, how many second miles?
The 4-minute mile.
The 4-minute mile, right? Mm-hmm. So even like the 4-minute mile, before there was hope, before someone did it.
Before Roger Bannister did it in 1954, it was believed that no one could run a mile in less than 4 minutes.
And so he actually created hope. Or rather, the possibility that it could happen. Mm-hmm. And because of that possibility, others gained a tremendous amount of hope. And because of the hope that they had, I believe that hope was directly attributed to, or directly contributed to them actually being able to have so many people to break that.
Before 1954, it was believed that no one could ever run a mile in less than 4 minutes. Physically impossible. And but Roger Bannister believed that he could. Melissa, you just missed the story.
Melissa, it was story time.
Roger Bannister broke the 4 minute mile at 3 minutes, 59.64 seconds. Just barely less than 4 minutes, okay? Interesting thing, though, in 1954, he was the first one to ever do it. 1955, 16 more people did it. 1956, almost 300 people did it. And now high school kids can routinely do it because once it was demonstrated, though.
It was done.
Yeah.
Right. Once it was done, it was done. Melissa, it shouted out. I definitely, okay, I want to specifically ask for a specific shout out that I really, really love. And it's something that something that I believe that is like the new great thing to do. When you figured out how to do something and you want to share it with others, making a kit for them to do it and making the kit available through your store and the products available through your store and giving them the tutorial away, right? And Melissa has that with her candle making. I think there's a candle making kit that is really, really cool in her store. So Melissa, if you will shout that out for me.
What is it? And is it a success story? You know, shout it out. This is Shout Out Friday, and we love to share your shout outs. So Melissa, shout out that thing that Lisa's alluding to in a strong way. So I heard what you said, Miss Vivian. Rats can do the same thing, and mice and all that kind of stuff. But the point of the story is still the point of the story. When the rats had hope that someone would rescue them and dry them off and give them something to eat and let them rest, they could do incredible feats of endurance. 60 hours versus 15 minutes.
That's crazy. I think that's really, really crazy. And I think it's great that just that hope can continue, because at first they held on as long as they thought they could. I mean, I don't think they were thinking about it.
Yeah, that's the key.
But then that little bit of shifting in the mindset, if you will, and it wasn't even voluntary, it was involuntary shifting of their mindset. That might be something to consider for when you are raising your children or helping your children or helping your spouse, is that it doesn't have to necessarily be voluntary. One of the, I almost shared something. How can I share this without sharing it in graphic detail?
Maybe you don't want to.
I do want to. There are some things that I know my husband would not mind more of. I'm trying to keep it PG. But he's not always celebratory in the scenario. I'm not going there. So for example, my husband, he loves my cooking, and it's because he celebrates my cooking, as you can see, he gets more of it. Because it's almost like I'm coin operated in a sense.
Sure.
And my coin are praise and appreciation.
Okay.
So
I still don't know what your point is yet, but go ahead.
I'm trying not to give my whole point because it has to do with something that I shared with you earlier today, and I don't want you to run.
You shared with me earlier today.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that was.
See?
Okay, good. So what are you saying?
That if you want something, if you want more of something, be appreciative. And be appreciative in a very overt way.
Effusive in your praise.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that one of those things that allows us to build and grow faster is when we are grateful, when we're grateful to God in the process of things, when we are very, very grateful for attracting whatever it is that we're attracting at the time.
You know, last night was the NFL first round of the NFL draft, and Lisa checked out. Okay, she wasn't gonna watch it. Okay, I said to her, "Would you like to sit down?" because I was outside. She came out and brought me a drink. You want to sit down? But here's the thing: as I was watching it, it's really all about the stories, baby, the drama, the young man and what he had to go through to get to this place, and the people that mentored him along the way. And thank you to mom. One guy was like, "My mom is never going to have to lift a finger again now that he's a first round draft pick." And it's the stories, and I think you would have enjoyed the stories.
You might be right, but I passed.
The NFL draft, and these kids are, I mean, really, they're going from struggling all their lives just to stay in school and the struggle. The next thing you know, they're millionaires now, instant millionaires. Everybody that got picked in the first round is going to make at least $1 million, okay, over the next 2 to 3 years. Okay, every one of them will. Okay, and some of them, a lot of them got $1 million bonuses. You know, the biggest bonus was because they got a rookie wage scale now. They don't let them make this crazy money. But the biggest bonus was $13 million right away.
Is that all?
Yeah, $13 million right away. The next pick get like $12 million. Next pick get $11 million. And it keeps going down. You know, the 10th player get like $10 million. You know, as a signing bonus. That's up front. Okay, so you go from, imagine your life from wherever you are financially. Now you get a bonus of $10 million hit your account this Friday. That's crazy, right? So, which is why I don't understand why people don't understand when these 19 and 20-year-olds act out.
Crazy.
They get their $1 million.
Grown people would go crazy.
Yeah. When Justin Bieber, 16 years old, worth $300 million, okay, and he could buy anything he wants, and he did. Crazy car and a monkey and all that kind of stuff. Why are we tripping? What would you have done?
No, we're not tripping. We are not tripping, honey. Oh, shucks, that's the wrong color. We are not tripping. We understand. That's right. Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. Living your truth, honey.
Dr. Beverly, I want to ask you specifically. Melissa Price, I want to ask you as well, because no one else is really getting this point yet. Melissa and Dr. Beverly, this question is for you guys. My wife is painting right now, even though I told her not to during the show. She's still doing it. I can do what I want to do. That kind of attitude.
That's right.
Okay. I'm going to read all of that, but let me make this point first. I'm asking Dr. Beverly and Melissa Price a question. Lisa has painted 2 pictures that I have in my possession, and she's working on the 3rd right now. We have a half bathroom downstairs. I have this idea that the half bathroom is where I want to display all of Lisa's paintings. So it'll be 2 right now, then 3. And I don't care if it's 20 of them in that same small room. I'll figure out a way to get them all up on the wall, because I have an idea of making that small bathroom like the art gallery. So even if it'll make the rooms feel smaller, when everyone goes in there, they get a chance to feel and see and experience Lisa's art. And I think I want to do it in that room. We got plenty of other art stuff too, but I want to do it in that room. What say you to my idea? Dr. Deborah loves the bathroom idea. Thank you. I think I'm going to do it anyway, just to feel it. But I want someone else to buy into it, too. Go ahead, Melissa Price.
Melissa says, thanks, Mama Lisa. Candle making is one of the most enjoyable activities I've learned to do this year, especially because of all the ingredients I use are natural. I thought it would be fun to offer everyone the chance to experience the magic of candles too. Creating candles too. If you visit Lessons and Legacies, you can purchase your own kit and a 20-minute tutorial by me.
Wonderful.
Once you learn how, you can teach others too. Candle making parties are fun for everyone. Absolutely. You can go to lessonsandlegacies.com.site.
I love the idea. Thank you, Lisa, for suggesting that she post that. But everybody, let's help sell that. Okay, let's all tell somebody about these candle making kits, because you probably know someone who would love to do that as an activity.
Absolutely.
Especially when you got kids at home and you run out of stuff to do with them. Let's do that. Okay.
I love that. I love that. I am going to do a virtual sip and paint once I get so I have, what I have done that I found works best for me is to actually sketch onto the canvas what I'm going to paint and then go in and paint it, because it helps me better to be able to have an idea of what goes where. And then I can go back and change it, embellish it, do whatever. But I also think that sometimes when people are not particularly artistically inclined, or at least they think they're not, because I think everyone is, it gives them a starting point. And so everyone is. They just judge. You don't have to know how to draw. You could paint. If I gave you this to do, would you be able to do it? Yes, you could. So essentially, what I have done with
what happened just right there. When I do that to you, you flip out. But then you just did it to me.
Yes.
Yes. Let me tell you how crazy Lisa is. Last night, I'm watching the NFL draft outside. Okay. This is how crazy Lisa is. Melissa Price says, Lisa, that's exactly how I paint too, with exclamation points. Pencil sketch first, and then commitment with the paint.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So Lisa calls me up on the in-house Facebook Messenger.
This is our in-house intercom.
Yes, this is everyone's intercom system. She goes, Brian, next Wednesday, I want you to da 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 da. I said, okay. Well, baby, I heard her. And I said, and Wednesday evening, I want you to da 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 da. She goes, why are you bringing up next week Wednesday at this time of night? I'm like, look, I'm doing the exact same thing you did. You want to talk about something Wednesday, and I did too. But when she did it, it's okay. If I bring up the same day, and I highlighted this, so you're tripping on me for bringing up work that was next week Wednesday when you called me to talk about work for next week Wednesday. Is that not crazy?
So what?
Is that not crazy?
Whatever. So here's what I am doing now. So like you guys know that I have lots and lots of craft stuff now, right? I have my Cricut.
So
I have my I have my sublimation printer. And so what I have found, and I didn't do it this time, I actually freehand sketched this. But what I have found is that I can actually find some images that I might want to paint, and I can print them. And if I print them with my sublimation printer, with my sublimation ink, I can actually press them onto the canvas and then come back and paint them, almost like when we used to do, what was it? Paint. No, paint by color. Okay. Paint by number.
Paint by number.
Almost like that.
It's now 9:40. This is Friday. We had a good week on this show. We talked about a bunch of different things, but Fridays we like to shout it out, and we remind everyone that please figure out a way. I know it's challenging sometimes, but figure out a way to let this week end and start next week anew. Like, because it's so tempting, especially entrepreneurs, to let just one week drag into the next week and day after day keep building upon with no break, no clear delineation between this week and this is the start of the next week. Your life is better when you do. Go ahead.
She's coming along now. I'm still working on her adding the details. I got to do a lot more, but I've done this since we've been sitting here, and I've enjoyed myself and talking with you and listening to you and your shenanigans. It's okay.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go ahead.
I know you are.
It's 9:41.
It's time for the song.
Right. So what I was going to say, this show is called Let's Talk About It. Uh-huh. And we've been around since October of 2016. Monday through Friday, right here. And some of you guys, like Melissa Price, have been rocking with us for years. And some of you guys are consistent contributors. And we like to thank these folks with a greeting song or a greeting logo. My name is still Brian K. McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
This show is called Let's Talk About It. And we have three-pronged things that we talk about. We talk about personal conversations,
business information,
and spiritual inspiration.
With a little bit of shenanigans thrown.
That's what we're here to talk about, okay? So up first, who's earned herself a greeting logo? Miss Phyllis Victoria. Miss Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis is here.
So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis is here.
So we can all have a great day.
Yay.
Now, Queen, you've been a consistent contributor. We can find you a jam. Help us out.
Absolutely. And Miss Vivian is here. Vivian Reed is here. Vivian Reed is here and now. Oh, oh.
Now, Felicia just said, "You guys are so cute." Are you saying we're so cute, like we're so cute, or that God bless his heart kind of cute? Like, yes, y'all. Which one are you talking about, Felicia?
Lord Jesus.
Dr. Deborah's here.
Dr. Deborah, healing and deliverance coach. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Ethos Millions. We got to find you a jam. Felicia's here.
Felicia, we love you.
That's right. Now,
You're the one for me. I like that song.
Yeah, you like Cool in the Game.
I do like Cool in the Game. Okay. Melissa's here, honey.
Oh, okay. Got my arm stiff there. Bow, 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 bow. Melissa's on.
Now it's time for us to sing our song. Melissa's on.
Good morning, Miss Melissa Price. You got to do that song right when you do it.
Felicia said, adorable. Now, Melissa gave us comments. She said, why can't Lisa's paintings be out in the open to enjoy all day? I like the bathroom idea artistically. However, being an artist myself, I like to have my stuff where I can see it often. Every piece has a story or experience attached to something I've overcome or learned. There's energy attached to my art, and I like to be attached to it. Plus, if you put it all in the bathroom, people will be taking an awfully long time in there. You could end up with a line out the bathroom door of people waiting to get in. You could charge a bathroom gallery cover fee.
Those are all pluses to me, okay, if everyone wants to go into the bathroom. I've told the story on here before. I lived in Charlotte once before, uptown, and I had a 3-bedroom duplex, and I lived in the bottom floor. I didn't own it. I rented it. And I knew that whenever I left this place, I was there for 2.5 years. Mm-hmm. But whenever I left this place, they were going to have to repaint it anyway, normal wear and tear. And from my back door where I parked to the kitchen, there was this flat white wall. Mm. And one night I was sitting there watching TV by myself, and I realized I have a nickname for all my children, and I got like a bunch of children. So I just grabbed the black magic marker, and I went over to that wall, and I wrote Bree Bree on the wall. Actually, on the wall, Bree Bree. And underneath Bree Bree, I wrote Das. I titled it My Wise. My Wise. I didn't have a woman at the time, so all I had was my kids. It was just me. My Wise. Bree Bree, Das, K-La-La, Adira, and Zion, and Brother Eli. Okay, so I had them all on the wall, okay? And then next thing you know, scripture would hit me, Colossians 3:23 and 24. And I wrote the scripture. And over time, whenever something would just inspire me, I would capture it on that wall. Mm-hmm. And over time, the wall got full. And then not only did the wall get full, the little wall above the doorway, I started writing on that little part too, the back door on that part up there. So like all of this wall and all that, actually writing on the wall in black magic marker, things that inspired me. When they inspired me, I just captured it on the wall. Okay. And so what happened when I have people come and visit, they're like, look at that. And they would stand there looking. Like my next door neighbor, he was kind of thuggish. Every now and then he wanted to come and hang out with me. And one time he had to use the bathroom in my house. And I let him, and he saw that wall. Whoa, what is this? And I explained it to him. My cousin Angie, her husband, Rashawn, he loved the wall so much. And like his life, whenever his life wasn't going smoothly for him, he would call me and say, Brian, I need to come and look at your wall, man. Because the wall was motivating for him.
You think my bathroom will be motivating, a place for meditation?
I think it would. Okay. And I appreciate all you guys' comments. I'm about 99% certain that's what I'm going to do. Okay, but Melissa said, Brian, it's only a +2. You have to use the bathroom. I'll go upstairs if I have to. But I just think it's just something be unique. And I love everything my wife puts her hands to. Okay, I do. So even her art, I love her art. And I know she put her hands to it, which makes it more special to me. So I have that idea. Okay.
I'm warming up to you,
Okay.
but not everything.
I think so. Even if it's crowded. And I think that'll be kind of like the beautiful thing if it's crowded of your art. Okay. Like it's so much in there. It's like, wow, look at this. And like Melissa said, every piece has a story. Okay. And they will have longer visits in there. Okay, no doubt. I would have longer visits in there too. Okay.
Alicia said, "Did you take a picture of it?"
Of what? The
The
wall?
wall.
I did. But that was several phones ago. I don't have it now. Okay. But that's what I did. And it's just a crazy thing. Even my landlord, when they saw it finally, I figured my landlord would be tripping. Why are you writing on my walls? But they didn't. They just looked at it and then they looked at me and they looked at me like I'm a weirdo. Okay, so he must be a weirdo to do something crazy like this. Oh well.
You're a weirdo.
But Lisa and I have talked about doing something like that again. And we had came to I think we decided we'll do it again, but maybe in a closet or on one column somewhere.
Yeah. Melissa says, check your phone. Melissa says, Lisa, where does Lisa want to put her art? So I want to put my art in other people's homes. I'm not attached to things like that, really.
Now, what room is this? This is beautiful. Look at this baby. This is what Melissa just sent us.
Yes, I love it. That's her bedroom, I guess.
That's her bedroom. Her art is over her bed. See, Lisa wanted to. Oh gosh, Lee, I almost had to lose it on my baby. She painted this picture, and she goes, "Hey, Brian, I sold the painting." You didn't sell the painting for what?
Yes, I did.
And the amount that she wanted to sell it for was no way. I'm willing to let it go for that amount. No way. Art is sold through the story. Okay. I told you guys I've done the Starving Artist Festival in Raleigh, North Carolina, where I was teaching artists how to sell their art. Art is sold through the story. It took me 6 hours with one palette knife and 16 different colors. That's how you sell art. I took this picture as we were flying over the bay, and I captured the sun was hitting it. I saw this couple out, and they inspired me to this. That's how you sell art, the story behind art. Okay, and there's a story behind every piece of art, and there's no way I'm not willing to sell her art yet. I said that to her this morning. Lisa was down to sell it. If you sell it, all you're going to get is money. That's it. If you keep it, no, that's it. If you keep it, we get to keep the art. We get to keep the experience. Art there's other things that are sold through the story too. Anything intangible, anything that we can't hold is sold through stories. Like music is sold through the story. So if you sell it well, it's sold through the story. It's intangible. Yes, but art is sold through the story. I always talk about it, Melissa, because I love your Spirit Squares. But that one table you did, and I know you sold the table, but when I just saw it, it just really, really was inspiring me. She did a spirit table with an epoxy, and it was just so beautiful to me. And because you had done our spirit rectangle, I knew what it took to get, or at least I had an idea of what it took to get the table to look like that. And I just thought, man, that's amazing. So that's what at the time, Melissa, when I was seeing that, I was thinking, this is what she's supposed to be. This is what Melissa's supposed to be doing. This is too beautiful not to share with the world.
Right, that's the point. To share it with the world.
No, I said, that's not the point. It's not the point, Lisa. I am not willing to sell my wife's art yet. Maybe when she's 90 years old, maybe.
So we're going to have art everywhere.
Good. Okay, good. It'll be Lisa's art, though. That's the thing. It's not the same thing.
No, it's not.
Felicia says, I would love to come to see some of your paintings, Lisa. Maybe we can do a virtual art gallery. Okay. Yeah, we could do that. There's one over here leaned up against the wall. Do I have time? It's 9:52. I don't have time to tell the story of the three thieves.
Yeah, you can tell it. You got time.
It's a long story.
I don't think it's a long story.
Real quick story, Felicia, for you, because you just inspired the story. The story of the three thieves. The first thief This happens in 1880 up in a small New England town. This guy's name is Emmanuel Ninger. Emmanuel Ninger goes to the grocer and he picks up some greens and he takes it to the counter to pay for the greens and he hands the grocer a $20 bill. The greens, she takes the greens and she puts the greens in a bag. And because the greens are wet, she gets a little bit of moisture on her hands. She takes the $20 bill from him and she goes to give him change. And she realizes that some of the ink from this $20 bill is now on her fingers. And her first thought was, no, Manny's a friend. He's a neighbor. There's no way he'd give us fake money. No way. So she gives him his change and he leaves. But Prudence tells her, we should at least check it out. Call the police. So they call the police. The police come and they check it out. Turns out it was counterfeit money. They got a search warrant and they went to Emmanuel Ninger's house and they searched his house and they found the equipment that he used to counterfeit money. Matter of fact, there was one $20 bill in the very act of being counterfeited when they saw it. It was an easel and a paintbrush and some paint. Emmanuel Ninger painted his $20 bills. So they seized all that stuff. He had finished 3 portraits that were leaned on the floor, leaned up against the wall. They seized those things too. They seized all they could. And they locked him up in jail. They sold his 3 portraits at a police auction for $35,000. $35,000 for the portraits of the guy that got thrown in jail, counterfeiting money by painting them. And a reporter gets a chance to ask Emmanuel Ninger, who do you believe you stole the most from? He said, I believe I stole the most from myself because I could have done a whole lot more of my art than try to counterfeit $20 bills. Mm-hmm. The second thief, a guy named Arthur Barry. Arthur Barry was a jewel thief, and he was a good one, a gentleman good thief. He considered himself a professional jewel thief. Matter of fact, he was so good at it, he got to the point where he would only steal from the upper echelon of society, whoever's listed in society pages. He would find out who's the elite, and he would go to their house and steal for them. Matter of fact, got to be almost a status symbol. Has Arthur Barry stolen anything from you? Okay, police didn't share that. So they set a trap for him. They set a trap for him for somebody they thought that he couldn't resist. And sure enough, he fell for the trap. He broke into the home. And as he was trying to steal the jewelry out of this home, the police descended upon him. And they trapped him inside the house. And Arthur Barry finds a way to escape their grasp and get outside the house. A policeman shot him through a plate glass window. And he went down. He's on the ground with shards of glass in his eyes and in his face. And he says, I'm not going to do this anymore. But he figures out a way to elude the police and he escapes. And he leaves town. He goes up to a much further up north New England town. And he kept his word. He didn't go back to stealing jewels anymore. He became a model citizen. Matter of fact, he became a city councilman at this new city. Get into an argument with his girlfriend. And she tells the police who he really is. And they arrest him. And he spends like 17 years in jail. He gets asked the question, who did you steal the most from? Easily, I stole the most from Arthur Barry because I was blessed with patience and a keen mind and mathematical skills. I could have been a baron on Wall Street. I could have been a supreme businessman, but I chose to steal, and now I spent a third of my life in jail. Mm-hmm. And the third thief is someone that you know much better. That third thief is you. And I can call you a thief because if you're not using your gift, skills, and talents to the full, you are stealing from the world. There are things that you know how to do. There are things that you should be doing that you're not. And when you're not using your gift, skills, and talents to the full, you are stealing from the world.
That's right. And it is now 9:57. We're still in progress. We're going to keep doing this over the weekend. And make sure that you stay tuned for Coffee Time with Coach Ja. Coffee Time with Coach Ja. He will be up next at 10 a.m. right here.
Good morning, Carolyn Jones. How you doing?
It's Madam CJ. Have an amazing day, a great weekend, and don't